I died last night, but somehow I'm still here. This happened about a week ago. It just took me some time to process what actually happened. Late one evening, I got a call from my next-door neighbor. He asked if I could come over and help him move a mattress upstairs. His mom is very ill, and she has one of those heavy sleep number beds. They're great neighbors, so of course I went over to help. When I got there, his friend was already there helping. He was a priest. Together, we figured out how to separate the mattress from the bed frame so we could carry it upstairs. After some effort, we finally got it up there and put it back together. Then my neighbor asked if I could help move a wardrobe upstairs as well. I didn't think much of it. We pulled it out of his travel trailer and started carrying it up the front stairs of his house. And that's when it happened. There are 11 steps leading up to the front door. I was on the lower end of the wardrobe, about 6 steps up. Suddenly, my neighbor and the priest lost their grip. The wardrobe came crashing down on top of me, and I fell backwards toward the pavement. Then I woke up. I was sitting in my dining room. My phone was ringing and my wife asked if I was going to answer it. It was my neighbor. He was asking if I could come help move a bed upstairs for his mom. So I went over there, and when I arrived, I met his priest friend for the first time. I told them I could help move the bed, but I could absolutely not help move the wardrobe. My neighbor looked confused and asked, "How did you know about the wardrobe?" I told them I was pretty sure I had just died. I spent the next hour talking with the priest. He had a lot of questions. My neighbor didn't believe me at first, not until I described the upstairs bedroom in perfect detail. The metal mattress frame on the floor, the intricate headboard leaning against the wall. I had never been upstairs in their house before. The priest eventually asked me one final question. "What did you see after you died?" I told him the truth. I never actually died, because right before it happened, I woke up at my dining room table. When I was a teenager, I had a strange experience that I still can't explain to this day. This was over 15 years ago. At the time, I was obsessed with movies. I used to visit my local Cineworld cinema in Gloucester, England, almost every day. I had one of those unlimited membership cards, which meant I could watch as many movies as I wanted. So I got into a habit. Sometimes I would watch half a movie, leave to hang out with friends, and then come back the next day to finish the rest. That's exactly what I was doing on this particular day. When I arrived at the cinema, the entrance area was almost completely empty. There were only 2 staff members there. One was standing behind the counter, and another woman was sitting on a bench next to the podium where you hand in your ticket. I got my ticket and walked over to the podium. The woman stood up, took my ticket, and pointed me to the doors just beside her, leading to the screen where the movie was already playing. So I pushed the door open and walked inside. But the room was completely empty. There were no people, no movie playing, and the lights were fully on. Confused, I assumed she must have pointed me to the wrong screen. So I stepped back out into the hallway, still holding the door open, and told her the theater was empty and nothing was playing. She looked surprised. "Really?" she said. Then she walked past me and through the open door. I turned to follow her inside, but the moment I looked back into the theater, everything had changed. The lights were off. The movie was playing, and the seats were suddenly filled with people. The woman looked back at me like I was an idiot who had just wasted her time, then turned and walked away. I awkwardly said, "Thank you," as she passed me, as if she had somehow fixed the problem. I stood there for a few moments trying to figure out what had just happened, but I couldn't come up with any logical explanation. To this day, I still don't know what I experienced. Maybe it was an hallucination. Maybe it was some kind of elaborate prank. Or maybe, just for a moment, I stepped into the wrong moment in time. Sorry if this post is a bit messy. I'm still baffled by what happened and honestly questioning my own sanity. I should start by saying that I'm not someone who believes in conspiracy theories. I don't really follow that kind of stuff. Most of what I've seen online just looks like people misunderstanding things or jumping to conclusions. I do believe that strange things can happen sometimes, but I've never experienced anything like that before. My apartment has never had any weird vibes either. The only logical explanation I can come up with is that I somehow found these things earlier and then completely forgot that I found them. And honestly, that possibility scares me more than anything else. I have no memory issues. If that's really what happened, I feel like I should probably see a doctor, but I wouldn't even know how to explain it. For context, I live alone. I don't drink or do drugs. I've never blacked out before. So here's what happened. I had two completely unrelated things go missing in my apartment. One was a specific body oil that I use every day. The other was a charger that I use for specific advice only occasionally. I looked everywhere for them. I knew I hadn't taken them out of the apartment, and my daily routine hadn't changed. I spent hours looking for both items over the course of several days. The oil in particular was frustrating because I use it every day. I had originally bought 2 bottles, finished one, and then couldn't find the second one. At first I thought maybe I had imagined buying 2, but I found the receipt and confirmed that I had in fact bought 2, and I did remember taking out 2 bottles from the grocery bag. While looking for it, I ended up deep cleaning my entire bathroom. I completely cleared off the counter, wiped everything down, and then put only a few things back. The bottle was definitely not there. I checked all my bags, drawers, and basically every place it could possibly be in my small apartment. Since I still couldn't find it, I started using a backup lotion instead. Around the same time, I was also looking for the charger. While searching for it, I cleaned up the entire area where it normally sits. I moved the cables around the power strip, vacuumed the floor, and checked every random place it might have ended up. Still, nothing. Eventually I gave up and bought a new bottle of oil and a new charger. I'm on a budget and I hate buying things I already own, so this was pretty frustrating. but I needed them. When I got home from the store, something really strange happened. I walked into the bathroom, and the missing bottle of oil was sitting on my bathroom counter, unopened, right out in the open. I literally froze when I saw it. My bathroom counter is small, and I had completely emptied it while cleaning. The bottle was absolutely not there when I did that. Then later that day, something even stranger happened. I found the missing charger. It was lying on the floor right next to the power strip where it normally plugs in. The exact spot where I'd already cleaned, vacuumed, and searched multiple times. I honestly cannot explain this. Maybe I somehow found them earlier and just completely forgot. But that feels impossible. I live alone. No one else has been in my apartment. I even have cameras inside to watch my cat while I'm gone. They would have recorded anyone entering. Neither of the spots where the items appeared are visible on the cameras, but no one could have reached them without being seen. My cat doesn't play with cords, and he definitely didn't place a bottle neatly on my bathroom counter. So at this point, I genuinely have no idea what happened. If you read this far, thank you. I honestly feel like I'm going insane trying to figure it out.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy mysterious and eerie stories like these and want more, consider subscribing so you don't miss any of my weekly uploads. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.